Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Badcast. I'm your host, Isaiah Catapang, or better known as Yellow Ice. With me are my two co-hosts. We have Graham
Hello?
and Misbah.
Badcast!
Ah,
I
and
forgot
today we have
about
a very
that shit.
special guest. He is known as the old anime connoisseur, Mr. Fahaad himself.
Hello,
Welcome to the podcast, Fahaad.
thank you.
All right, so right now we are fresh off Anime Expo, so you can expect a lot of topics from that. But first, I'd like to thank our sponsors. We don't have sponsors. Anyway,
Wow.
Thank you,
Graham,
textbooks, for making me broke before the start of every semester.
yes, I can't afford that juicy
That juicy
Dang.
800-page tome on world history before 1945.
Wow.
You can just buy it off $15 off Amazon.
Yeah, or
Thank
something.
you, Amazon. Very
Thank
cool.
you, Amazon. Our sponsor is Amazon.
There
No,
you go.
hey!
You can't act it. You can't make it a real thing.
Anyway,
True.
so we all are excited because of Anime Expo, because we love anime. All right, Fahad. All right. Question is, Fahad, you're considered the old anime connoisseur. What led you to liking the older anime shows rather than liking the new ones, or let's just say you do dislike the newer animes?
Oh boy, where to start? That's
Where
a
to
long.
Go
That's a
ahead,
question
just share
with a
everything.
long answer.
Share
All
everything.
right, it mostly comes down to the anime I grew up with. Like here, I grew up in the Middle East, so most of the anime we got were World Masterpiece Theater, and most of them weren't really made to sell toys as they to tell life lessons. And of course, they're based off of Western novels. And besides them, I also watched Future Boy Conan, Digimon, Dragon Ball, even though it's heavily censored. The original Dragon Ball, not the Z. And if you know the original one, that one had a lot of ecchi jokes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, for example, Palma flashing Rochi to get the Dragon Ball. I didn't know even those existed before, getting into the
Where'd your
internet.
balls go?
So we,
Mhm.
oh god, I forgot that scene.
Wow.
Okay, I digress. So when I originally got back into anime, knowing it like it's actually from Japan, I got through around I think 2010. I got through I actually got an internet connection. I logged in. I started watching like Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, because around that time those were most popular ones. And with time, I started a new seasonal anime was a thing. Before I didn't know who it was, so I started watching them, and I think around 2015 when I noticed the seasonal hype and kind of the bullshit that comes with it, and how everything kind of the same thing packaged differently, and yeah, and it's also the isekai kind of got a trend, and how it's all of them are exactly the same. It's just one tiny thing different, and that's why I got sick of them, because they're so manufactured, and knowing how the light novel industry works and how they just copy each other and just go with it, I kind of got tired of it and started going and sought out Anime Elitist, because at least I wanted some harsh critics who would scrummage through the bullshit and give me something actually worthwhile. And through that, I found 90% of the shit I like today. So that's how it became. You can't really watch something like Monster, Serial Experiments Lane, Neon Genesis, Ghost in the Shell, Fullmetal Alchemist, and then turn back and enjoy stuff like Black Clover and the likes of it, because you notice how the good writing and how some like avoid the tropes while some just indulge in them, and you just want something different after a while. You kind of get tired of misunderstanding, slapping, skirt lifting, the same ecchi joke over and over again. You kind of want more, and that's why I like what I like and dislike what I dislike.
Okay.
Hopefully, it's not too much rambling, and someone who actually can decipher it.
No, that's totally
Oh,
fine.
that's
Because
fine.
in the previous podcast, it took like maybe 10 or 15 minutes to explain both the first topic and the special topic. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it was something. But yeah, we can move on to the first topic then.
Yeah.
All right, guys. The first topic. Well, kind of like all the stuff that we're going to be talking about today is all related to this. So recently we had Anime Expo happen, right, guys?
Mhm.
And we got a lot of really cool, interesting things to talk about here in regards to that. We purposely waited to record this podcast for Anime Expo, by the way. So we got some cool things to be bringing you guys. But first, I'm going to be actually talking about two things here. The first thing I wanted to talk about was Tonikaku Kawaii, or I believe Isaiah told me it was abbreviated to Tonikawa.
Yes.
So it is. I personally am really, really excited for this anime, guys, because I've completely caught up on all the source material. I've been reading it for a while now, and it's actually written by Kenjiro Hara, who also wrote Hayate the Combat Butler too. If you guys ever seen that one.
Oh, bro.
So it's the same guy who wrote it. Yeah, it's the same guy who wrote this one too. And this one is, you can really tell it's actually made by him, because if you actually look at the manga and everything, he does the story writing and the art for it. So it has a lot of his similar art styles and everything to Hayate the Combat Butler. And I kind of picked up on that at the beginning, but then I actually looked into it and I saw like, oh, it's the same author, right?
Mhm.
But the thing about this is instead of going for like a really heavy like comedy routine and everything here, because Hayate was all like was like gags and comedy and that kind of stuff. It wasn't really focused on the romance part of it, right? But this kind of takes the whole thing and it flips it on its side. So the story is about a couple who's married already. So, but they're married like really young. They get married, like the guy like sees the girl like for like a couple minutes and he's like, I want to get married too. So they get married like pretty young too. He's only like 18 or 19 years old.
He's a simp.
Right?
Well,
Kinda. But like he hasn't had like a romantic interest in a girl for like his entire life. But as soon as he sees this one girl, he's like, I want to get married to you. And then she's like, okay. Well, no, he asks if she wants to go out with him, and she's like, I'll only go out with you if you get married to me. And so they end up getting married, and that's what happens. But yeah, this is like the only like Hayate was originally like the only thing that the author had ever worked on. So seeing him write something new is really interesting in my opinion, because I can see what else like he's thinking about and stuff too. It's not just gag manga; it's also like some serious stuff too. One thing I am a little bit scared about though is the studio who is animating this. They are 7 Arcs, Graham. I don't know if you're familiar with 7 Arcs.
are those the people that did art last season?
I have no idea, but they wrote things like Sekire. They wrote Dog Days. They did 2 seasons of Dog Days. Oh yeah, they did do
Days.
art. They did do art.
Oh,
Yeah, they did Dog Days. They did art.
Mhm.
They did Asura Crying. They did Asura Crying 2. They did
yeah.
White Album 1.
They did Maho Shoujo Lyrical Nanoha.
I've heard that's
Yeah,
good.
so yeah, I've heard some pretty good.
And you've
From everything that I've seen that they've made, it comes out like kind of average.
Mhm.
So it's nothing like they've ever done before. Like has like blown me away or anything. But like it makes me a little bit worried, because I'm hoping that what'll happen is that they don't change anything about the plot, and the plot will like, carry the show and everything. And I'm hoping everyone like in the community ends up liking it, because I really enjoyed the manga. But as usual with manga and anime adaptations and stuff like that, like the anime adaptation doesn't really capture the manga as well as like the actual manga does, right? That's one thing I'm worried about personally. But I'm really hopeful for this show, and I really do hope it comes out nice and everything. So the manga is still being like written, by the way, so you guys can catch up to it. It's like a couple of 100 chapters right now. It's not too bad. I said a couple hundred, but it's like less than 200 right now, so it's still not that far ahead. But you got plenty of stuff to catch up on. So if you guys do end up liking the anime, don't be shy to read the manga. That's what I'm gonna say. Or if the anime even slightly interests you, then go pick up the manga, because I can guarantee you the manga is gonna be better than whatever they're gonna animate.
Okay, so it could be a different thing. Like maybe this could be the studio's like big break, and this could be like the thing that makes them really popular and things. And like maybe it could be adapted better than average. You know, it's a big thing. It's funded by Crunchyroll too, so I mean they might be putting a lot in it.
That's true. And that's one of the things I'm hopeful with. But these guys, they aren't exactly new to the game. They've been animating things since like 2003. The early 2000s, they've been animating things. So they've been doing this for a while, and the fact that they haven't had anything like big come out of their studio like makes me a little bit like anything like super popular, I should say, not big, because I'm sure they've had like some good stuff. But like anything like super popular, they haven't had any of that kind of stuff come out. So that's why I'm worried. But yeah, Fahaad, you were saying?
Yeah, most likely it's gonna be an infomercial for the manga, because most anime adaptation are just to get you into the manga.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And 7 Arc Yeah, a
Coming
lot
in?
of minor studios sometimes they get their own head, one passion thing, but most of the time they just end up doing support work. So
Yeah.
it's 50-50 chance.
But still, even if it is an infomercial, like, you know, like when you read a manga and you're really into it, you're like, man, I really want to see this animated. I really want to see all these characters actually moving. Like, I want to hear the voice actors and everything, right?
Mhm.
So that's like coming from my perspective. Is like I really want to see
Yeah.
this come out like well because I do like the anime a lot. They already actually decided the voice actors for the main characters too, and the voice actors. If you guys have you guys ever seen Blend S?
Mm-hmm.
There's
saw
like
the opening.
you know that one the one girl with the blue uniform on.
Oh yeah, with
That's the
blonde
voice
hair.
actor they got. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that
That's the
sound
voice
familiar?
actor they got for the main girl, and then for the guy, well, the guys, yeah.
Unknown.
the guy's there, huh?
Unknown. Do you not know who the voice actor is?
For the guy,
Yeah.
I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Oh, really?
Oh, I think it's the same voice actor as the one who did Fugo from JoJo's Part 5.
Rip,
I don't know if you guys have
know
seen that.
Fugo. Yeah.
It's the same guy.
At least
It's
I
okay.
might-
It's
I
better
don't
that
know.
you don't know Fugo.
It's better
Yeah.
if you don't know. I'm on like episode 16 now of part 5. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Wait, you should know Fugo by now then.
I can't, like, there's no picture in my head. I don't know who Fugo is.
He has like a tie and like a green uniform. He wears like a green suit and he's got like blonde hair.
Oh, he's part of the main 5, right?
Yeah, the main 5.
Oh, okay, then I do know who he is. Okay.
Yeah, he's the same voice actor, so
Okay.
He
I-
was also on Beastars.
Oh, really?
Yes.
As who?
yes, he
Jack.
was.
I don't know who
Yeah.
that is.
The Jack, yeah.
He's a supporting character.
Good old Beastars.
Good old.
Yeah, but
Beastars.
anyways, like I haven't like seen any of these characters do like super major roles, so I'm excited to see. Maybe this will be their debut as well. Anyways, there seems to be like a lot of different like potential for this to come out really well, but at the same time, I want to keep my expectations down, but I want to maintain some hope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard this is really good, so I've also been really excited about this too. And when they
Yeah.
announced it on Crunchyroll, I was like, "Oh, this seems interesting." So I'm excited to see it. So
Definitely give the first couple episodes a shot when it comes out. Does anybody have a release date on it, by the way? Because I don't remember what the release date is on it.
For
I
what?
have Mal open. Let
yeah, I
me just
also have
check.
Mal open.
Oh, it
so-
says fall
It's
2020.
October.
So,
Fall
October.
Okay, October. Okay,
Yep, October
So it's
2020.
coming up.
Yes.
okay.
Coming up right after this season is gonna come up in the fall. So you guys give it a shot. Watch the first couple episodes. Let me know what you guys think in the comments,
Okay.
or let me know in the comment of the future episode. I'll probably end up discussing it when the first couple episodes come out.
Probably.
Yes.
But yeah, the next thing I want to talk
For
about.
you guys to find out is to log in and watch the new episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
See if Misbah does make a comment.
I'll,
about it.
I know,
I'll
yeah.
probably make a comment about it if I'm discussing it
Probably.
that much. I am really excited. For
There
it.
is a
Wait,
non-zero chance that you will not.
Yeah. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Now, I don't know how much you guys have heard about this, but the anime is very popular in the meme community, in the anime-memes community.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of like it's a very funny comedy. A lot of people like this kind of stuff. So now my thing with this is personally I'm kind of tired of this genre. Yeah, personally. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's because of how many like different kinds of like manga I've seen that like have this same kind of trope. But like I don't know. I'm not too excited for it. I feel like there are other manga that are out there. As always, right? There's always like better stuff that you could have been adapting. But like I'm kind of excited because I heard this is a really good show or a really good manga. I am very excited for it. The studio that's adapting it is Telecom Animation Film, who also made Tower of God, which came out recently. They also made Orange. So I'm kind of excited to see how this comes out.
All right.
What do you guys think? What's your thoughts on this?
Okay, so I only know a little bit about this show, other than like, animemes and things, and like, the main character is really smug, so you always see that smug face around and stuff. But the only
Did
thing
you see like the cover art for it? It's
yeah.
like big plastered smug face on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the only thing I do know about it is that the manga author, this is like the only official manga that he's done. Everything else he's done is just straight hentai. Like, it's all hentai. So
Oh.
I'm like, okay, I guess. I mean, with Chiho's School Road, if you ever watched that show, it's the same situation there. That show was really funny, and it was not a hentai, but everything he made before Chiho's School Road was hentai. So
Maybe this is his big debut. Maybe this is his chance.
People really like Nagatoro, and a lot of people who come from hentai go into the anime industry and become pretty popular, like the Black Lagoon person or the Food Wars author. So there's a couple people. The other thing I want to mention was telecom animation films. So I think their things look visually pretty impressive, but the way that they move is kind of not that great to me, I feel. It depends on who they get to actually direct it and things. Yeah. And I was a little worried because they showed off...
also, the budget plays a factor.
They showed off a picture of Nagatoro, and Nagatoro in the telecom animation film version is tanner. I don't know. She's not as white as she is in the manga, and she looks kind of dark. And I'm like, this is kind of weird. I don't know. I maybe that's what the manga artist wants. I don't know, but it just looks weird to me.
Because if you do look at them side by side, so here's the one that they have on the TV anime, and then here's the version that they got on the manga cover. So now you guys can actually see like what Graham is talking about here. Personally, I don't have an issue with it. Maybe that's just the kind of style that they're going for when they're adapting this. Remember that is manga that we're talking about. So coloring on manga is kind of strange, anyways.
Do you know if Nagatoro is a high schooler? Or is she a middle schooler?
High schooler.
High schooler? Okay. Yeah, because I think in the anime, I do like how she's drawn. I feel like in the manga, she looks like a middle schooler. But this one kind of looks like she's more like high school, adult age. So I do kind of like that.
Yeah, I grew up, yeah.
Yeah, I do like that.
So it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it says her name is... It says she's a high schooler.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, I'm personally kind of excited for this. This is releasing, we don't know yet.
Oh, we don't know yet?
We don't know yet.
Oh, I didn't know that actually. Okay.
All we know is that it's gonna come out, but we don't know when it's gonna come out.
I see.
Yep. But yeah, that's all I got for this week, or this month, I should say, for the podcast. So we're gonna move. I'm gonna pass the baton over to my co-host Graham. If you want to take it away from here.
All right, now on to the second topic, which is more Anime Expo news. So before Anime Expo started, they announced an adaptation for The World Ends With You. And if you don't know what The World Ends With You is, it's a video game that came out in like 2007, I believe, on the DS. And it's about this kid, and his name is Neku Sakuraba. And he wakes up in this unknown place that's kind of like Shibuya, but it's like an alternate version of Shibuya, where he plays this thing called the Reaper's game, where he has to kill a bunch of noise and do a bunch of other things. It's been a while since I've played it, so I don't know it 100%, but like he has to do a bunch of things before the timer runs out, or else he'll disappear or something. And the main appeal of this game was the story, because the story in this game is incredible. It's so good. Like, there's so many twists and turns, and like, you're like Neku, because Neku knows absolutely nothing. So you're kind of in the dark throughout the entire game, and as Neku learns, you learn about the entire situation, the Shibuya, and all the characters and stuff. And all the characters are really cool and interesting, and like the way it looks super unique. The character designer is Tetsuya Nomura, and he did the character designs for Kingdom Hearts. So everyone's just like, oh, this is basically a Kingdom Hearts game. No, it's way better than Kingdom Hearts. And I love Kingdom Hearts. Like, I really love Kingdom Hearts. But this game is...
I love it, but I have to admit, yeah,
this game
it's more solid.
This game is incredibly solid. The gameplay, it's kind of weird. It's really minimal. It's not, like, super involved, because this feels way more like a visual novel than anything, because there's a lot of text and a lot of reading. So the gameplay is kind of just like, you get these pins, and these pins let you like do specific attacks and stuff. On the DS version, you control two characters at the same time on the top screen and the bottom screen, and it was really hectic and interesting. But with the remake versions on the Switch and the phone, they made it so you control one person, the other person is just like swipes and stuff, and like you can't really control them, which is a little upsetting. But I mean, it's whatever. Yeah. That's why I want to get the DS version. But anyway, they're making this anime adaptation for it, and if you look at the trailer, oh my gosh, it looks like pretty identical to the game, and I'm like, this is really nice. The only thing I don't like about it is the animation studio is Shin-Ei Animation, and I don't know exactly what they've made, I'd have to look again.
Oh, they made Doraemon. They made Doraemon and Kiran Shinchan. I looked up the studio and the directors.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's I believe it's a co-production with another studio that does CGI. So the monster is gonna be CGI, of course.
Okay, so I did see the CGI. There was a Twitter post about it, like a behind the scenes of like the CGI, and the CGI actually looks really nice. It still looks consistently.
not bad.
Yeah, it looks like like Land of the Lustrous or like Beastars, how they mix 2D and 3D together, and it looks seamless. So I am pretty excited for it. Only problem, when I said with the animation studio, there's another problem. I don't really like the music. I feel like the music, it matches the game, but I don't think it's the same composer because it sounds different. And I'm like, I don't know if I like that because the music
It would
in
have
the
been nice if they got the composer, yeah.
the music in the original game is so fire. It's so good. Like, oh my gosh, I love the music
You
in that
haven't
game.
noticed, but they changed the color. They added more color to it.
Oh yeah,
I
it
believe The
pops.
original had more darker, tone. So
Yeah.
I don't like the hair of Nico. Like I like the old orange one. It reminds me of I forgot his name from Fruit Baskets.
Oh, Kyo?
The cat. Kyo, yeah.
Yeah. I see. Yeah, that does make sense. But yeah, I am super excited for this because The World Ends With You is such a good game and it's so underrated. The only place that I knew about The World Ends With You was because of Dream Drop Distance for Kingdom Hearts, because The World Ends With You characters were in Dream Drop Distance, and I'm like, what the heck? What is this game? So I looked it up, I'm like, man, this game is
I
fire.
think Nomura liked them a lot. He wanted to add that.
I know,
Actually,
honestly.
one funny thing is one of the voice actress for Shiki. She's the same one from Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance.
Oh, is she really? That's funny, actually.
Yeah, she replaced her role.
It's nice because in Kingdom Hearts there's actual voice acting for the characters, but in the original game, not the Switch version or the mobile port, but in the original game there was absolutely no voice acting, not even like grunts or anything. At least I think. But yeah, so you didn't know like any of the voices, like the actual voices for the characters until like the Switch port. So I'd actually recommend.
Yeah,
I'd recommend if you wanted to ever play this game, don't play the remakes. I would say just play the original game on the DS, because that one is probably the best feeling one, while the Switch version has problems with, if you put it in docked mode, you have to use the gyroscope controls for the Switch, and it's awful. Like, they're so finicky and so bad. I'd probably give the game like a 4 or a 3 if it was just the docked controls. But since you
Out
can...
of what?
Out of 10.
Okay. 10.
Yeah, and then since it has like the actual Switch and you can just play it on the Switch itself instead of like docking it and stuff, it's probably like a 7 or 8. So that game is really good and everyone should definitely check it out. It's probably not
But
that
it's better
expensive.
to play it on the DS because
Yes.
it's the system that meant to be played on.
Yeah. And then usually when they do remakes on other systems and things, it kind of seems weird. Like with Dream Drop Distance and things on the PS4. Like, it was the 3DS to the PS4. I'm like, this is weird. Like, this doesn't feel right. But yeah.
I'm supposed to look to the other screen, not the same screen.
I know, yeah, it's kind of wonky, but that's kind of all I've got actually for this topic. So,
Fahaad, do you have a topic for Anime Expo or?
not from Anime Expo, but he does have a topic.
Oh, okay, you have a topic. Okay, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna talk about the Digimon reboot. Digimon was the first isekai, and that's why I didn't talk about isekai when you asked me the first question, because I'm saving it for this one. This is the reason why I don't like a lot of the new show is the empowerment fantasy aspect of isekai. Because I keep comparing to Digimon, and I like Digimon so much that I couldn't really get into the new one about, being a Tonikaku, transport to another, have the ultimate power, gather a lot of bitches, and
Well,
digress and be the best man ever. Like, I don't see the appeal in those at all. So yeah, and you can blame Digimon for that one because it did it so well.
Wow.
Like, one of the best what makes Digimon the greatest thing is, as an isekai, there's actual interaction between the real world and the digital world. They're actually connected and they influence each other on a regular basis. So if something bad happened in the digital world, it actually affects the real one. So with the original, what made it even as character-wise, what made the character so great is the power system. For the digital monsters to evolve, they have to have a connection with their assigned child. they have like a digital a device. Okay, I'm gonna drop the digi thing because it gets really annoying after a while. One of the thing is whenever the monsters evolve, it's a sign of character growth and a strength of bond between the child and the monster. So with the remake, they kinda missed the point with that one, and they kind of just went for the spectacle. It's not bad, it's still entertaining, and it's more like serious tone, but with the remake it starts like they took the movie sequel and made it a prequel. The cross-war one where they see Omnimon for the first time. And like they just met the freaking Digimon and they go into the highest level of power right now. It's like Goku being a child and then jump into Super Saiyan all of a sudden. It's just how awkward it is. And the weird thing is like Digimon already have a prequel with the OVA that Mamoru Hosoda directed.
Yes, yeah.
Which worked like a pilot for the series. I would have liked more if they used that one. So far, like they already have 5 episodes that, because of COVID, caused a delay for the episode. So now we're way behind of the original schedule. It looks interesting. They're going for more proactive, like the children actually choose to go to the digital world instead of the original one where they forcefully transport it.
Okay.
And basically get wandering around, just seeing these weird forests with power plugs in them for some reason, and vending machine in the middle of nowhere, and a telephone booth at the and they're like can't take a breath because monsters are chasing them everywhere. But with this one, you see some like they pay some tribute to the original one. They include some plot points, but the pacing so far it's not the greatest. But as an anime of the season, as an isekai, a modern isekai, it's still kicks butt. I'm still enjoying. Oh god, like my English is going someplace I don't know where.
It's fine. It'd be like
as far as modern isekai goes, it's among the best in like the past decade. So I'm keeping up with it, but yeah, I wish it was better, but beggars can't be choosers.
Okay, so this Digimon reboot is the one that's rebooting the original one and just making it look better and stuff? Or is this like Digimon Adventure and stuff? Just like a continuation of that?
No, it's not a continuation. It actually goes back to the original and starts from scratch.
Okay.
I wish it was, kind of just, it's not shot for shot. As a remake goes, it's not really good. It's not the same quality of Space Battleship Yamato 2199. That one actually takes the original, keeps the same plot, updates, and do stuff that the original staff wanted to do, but because of technical difficulty and money and time, they had to remove. Like for example, they couldn't in the original they only had 1 female character, while in the remake they added more cool female characters and added more drama and added more action. So the original and the reboot of Digimon does that to some degree. Like it adds more action, it adds more well animated scenes. Some scenes are kind of weird because it's not really that well animated. It's like still images and they're sliding it across the background.
That's
feels kind of cheap at times.
Not fun.
It's like, okay, where are you going with that, Toei?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's by Toei?
But it tries to keep the spirit, but yeah, it's Toei. And they got the original character designer to go back.
That's cool, actually.
The character design looks exactly like the original, yeah.
That's cool, yeah. I do like that. But Toei has given me a bunch of issues recently with a bunch of their newer shows. The old Toei, fire. New Toei
was brilliant.
Yeah, new Toei.
They're just
bad.
They're dairy farmers. They just want to milk whatever franchise that they have instead of doing new things.
Bro, it makes me sad watching One Piece because after the time skip, oh my gosh, it looks awful. It looks so bad.
I couldn't go with it. Like it was like, I love you, One Piece, but fuck Toei and fuck the manga. I can't get into how slow it is.
Yeah.
It was a fun romp while it lasted. As long running shonen goes, One Piece is hands down the best one, in my opinion. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. We could definitely talk about
and now
that as a
Netflix
topic,
have it, so I can at least watch until the Alabasta arc or something.
Yeah, it's like they only put the first 100 or so episodes on it, and I'm like, there's 900 episodes. Like,
Yeah,
That's so funny.
they added the best ones.
I know they did. The first half of One Piece is like incredible. It's still really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, is that all
So,
you have
yeah,
for your topic?
I said for now.
For
Let's
now.
say that until it's still 5 episodes. Like I can't really talk much about them.
That's true. Yeah. All right, Isaiah.
All right. So, what my topic is pretty much going over the Crunchyroll originals, which includes Tonikawa, which was discussed earlier. So why don't we start with that Tonikawa? I'll give you guys a brief synopsis.
Mhm.
The married life comedy by Hayate, yeah, the
Mhm.
combat butler author Kenjiro Hata finally gets an anime adaptation! Exclamation point. Nasa Yuzaki falls in love at first sight after an encounter with the mysterious Tusaka. When Nasa earnestly confesses his feelings, she replies, "I'll do you only for married." Nasa and Tukasa's cute and precious newlywed life of love is about to begin. Along with Misbah, I am excited for this show.
Mhm.
I like the premise of it. Also, the art style looks good, but we'll have to wait and see if that's the actual art style.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Yeah, we'll see.
the art style reminds me of like that one.
Which one, for the anime or for the manga?
No. It's actually different. The art style reminds me of the music video for Shelter.
Yeah,
Really?
I agree with that. It has like a really like solid color, pastel-y style to it.
Yeah, and I liked
Oh.
that style. a
Yeah,
lot.
I liked it too. It's not too shiny. It's not too like in your face, vibrant kind of thing. It's really like
Yeah.
flat colors, consistent colors, and I like that. It's really easy on the eyes. One other thing I'd like to point out, by the way, is that the main character's name is NASA.
NASA.
I'm talking about
Yeah,
NASA,
NASA.
as in like the actual like U.S. space thing, NASA.
Mhm.
National
Yeah, I think it's
Aeronautical
nice.
Yeah,
Space.
that's what he's
Administration.
named after. He's actually named after NASA.
No, it's aerodynamics. I say fuck it. What did I say?
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyways,
Really?
That's
I didn't know
one-
that. I thought you were just joking about that. He's
the
named after
National
NASA.
Aeronautics
Oh wait,
Yeah.
Space
wait, is it?
Administration. Yes.
yeah, that's why
I
it's
mean,
called Fly Me to
this
the
isn't it.
Moon.
Oh, well, I guess that makes sense.
Fly me to the moon.
Can't believe they got rid of that in Evangelion's Netflix. But anyway, keep going.
Sadly, didn't get that right. I think.
Yes, I
Oh,
don't think
But
so.
yeah. Oh, by the way, shout out to Shelter. Pretty good song.
By the way, shout out to Shelter. Shout out to Porter Robinson and Marion.
Yeah. I off topic. I watched Porter Robinson's 8-hour or 10-hour concert on YouTube. Pretty fire.
10
Had a-
hours?
It had so much different EDM artists. I loved it. All right, next
I love
is So I'm a Spider. So what?
So
This
what?
so for those of you who don't know, this is a high school girl. You know, shout out to Isekai, by the way.
Mhm.
Reincarnated as this spider monster in a fantasy world, right?
Wow.
But
Son-
according to the Crunchyroll article here, is that sadly, the spider is the lowest ranked monsters in the fantasy world.
Mm,
So you see where it is.
tragic.
He has to use non-combat stats to her advantage.
Cry.
So it says here wits and her spider webs.
Bro, this sounds like every light novel. Like,
Yeah, exactly. So this is
Actually,
here's
it
the
was announced
synopsis.
a while
Okay,
ago.
all right. The
Yeah.
real thing I am actually curious about is how are they gonna make her look cute? Because every anime ends up doing that to any female lead that they have.
Bro, look at
How
her.
are you gonna make
It-
a spider look cute?
She's
It kind of worked. It
Yeah,
kind of
look
worked.
at her.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Here,
she-
sent it.
yeah, she doesn't look that horrifying.
Oh yeah.
I was
dude,
expecting,
shout
like,
out.
I was expecting Spider Girl though.
Ayo,
like
yeah.
Monster
fucking
Musume.
Drider?
No, like
Yeah, that kind of that's
yeah,
like
like
what I was
that.
expecting.
That's Drider. That's something to worry about. This one, no, this one looks like the
Legit.
first are gonna be
Spider-
a good time with this.
Okay.
What kind of good time are you thinking about?
Bro, that'd be funny actually. See furry art for this.
Oh my
And if
god.
you look
Okay,
at the
calm
photo-
down, Grim.
All right, so
Look at
here's
the
the synopsis.
poster.
Why are there frogs there?
Cause they're mobs too. You should know.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
but why are there frogs? in this
Bro, it's an
poster?
isekai.
Are you ignoring the praying mantis at the side?
Yeah, I'm ignoring that because that's a bug. What
That's
do
a bug.
frogs have to do with
What do you have
spiders?
against amphibians?
Why is there a dragon on the left side?
Why is there a
Because
dragon? Fantasy
All right.
world.
Oh, hey, there's a werewolf. That's what the furry artist is gonna look at.
So who wants to bet $5 that the dragon becomes friends with the spider?
Bro.
Actually gonna be a knockoff.
Bro, I feel
version
like
of
that's not it.
the
I feel like
show.
she's gonna befriend this frogs, you know, and then they're gonna
No,
take over the
frogs
world.
like they're out to kill her.
I know they kind of do.
So
Barely.
I will state the official synopsis here now.
Okay.
The protagonist, was just an ordinary high school girl, but suddenly I was reincarnated as a spider monster in a fantasy world. Not only that, but I'm awakened in the dungeon filled with vicious monsters, armed with only my human knowledge and my overwhelming positivity. Forced to use spider webs and traps to defeat far stronger monsters just to stay alive. So begins the labyrinth survival story of a girl with incredible mental strength living as one of the lowest ranked beasts.
Bro, this
Hey,
sounds like a
I'm
mix
just looking
of
on the bright side here.
this sounds like a mix of slime and Goblin Slayer, because
Yeah.
you know Goblin Slayer is so like calculated
Bro,
with the goblins.
Let's look on the bright side here. At least it's an actual like living, breathing thing, and not a fucking vending machine.
That is true. There is a light novel about being reincarnated as a vending machine. I'm like,
This is
what, bro?
actually a living, breathing thing. Okay.
That's so funny.
Hey, at least she's positive about
Actually,
her
there's
life,
one
alright?
about a man who transforms into a hot spring.
I've never heard that one. I've heard of the one of the guy who gets reincarnated as a sword, like a weapon. So
Yeah, there's the one with the hot spring. Like
Okay.
these are actually
Yeah.
like living, breathing things, which actually like work for me, right? Like slime worked for me. Slime is just good in general. I don't know what's good about slime though. Like if you guys, I was thinking about this yesterday because I was watching a clip about it, right?
Mhm.
Or on the topic of this isekai show, we're comparing it to slime, right? But like, what's like good about the show? If you guys like had to tell me like what makes you guys want to watch the show? Like what makes it
I think-
good in your opinion?
I think what makes it good is, you know, Rimuru himself is pretty interesting as a character. I also like the world building, even though it can be really slow. He gathers all of these races of people together, and then they will form like a colony and stuff, and that's really cool. There's not really much
Yeah,
action
I
in it,
think-
but
Yeah, except for that one fight with that giant orc guy that he had to eat.
oh, that was really cool. Yeah, but like
That was
other
really
than that,
cool.
I think it's just world building and characters and stuff.
I think I agree with that actually, and I think I'm going to use that whenever people ask me from now on is what I like about it, because I do have to agree with you. Like it is definitely probably one of the best parts about the show, because you see this guy like start from nothing, right?
Mhm.
And like you see him when he like meets the dragon, and then like meets the goblins at first, and then meets like the other tribe of people that are like fleeing for their lives from the orcs. I
Mhm.
forgot what they were.
I forget as well.
Yeah, but anyways, like you see Rimuru like put all these different kinds of races together and like make friends with all of them, make peace, and like build up basically his own nation, which is really interesting. And I feel like you're right; it has to be like my favorite thing about it.
Yeah, that's definitely my favorite thing about it. I'm excited for the second season because I've heard there's
Oh,
gonna be a lot more
I-
action and stuff.
I looked up the mail for So I'm a Spider So What, and ooh.
And what? What is that? Not good?
So the synopsis apparently, what got her to be reincarnated as a slime is when a mysterious explosion killed an entire class of high school students.
Oof. Dude, that's sad.
Is it World War II bombs? Is that what
I
happened?
don't know.
But this is for the spider show, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You said slime, so I was like, oh, I don't know.
Did I say slime?
Yeah,
Wait,
I think
that
so.
did happen in Slime though.
No, he got killed by getting stabbed.
No, I'm talking about the girl in the show. She got killed from a bombing.
Oh,
Or she didn't get killed. She got reincarnated from a bombing.
oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And apparently the manga is not that bad, ranked 244.
Oh, bro, the spider's voiced by Aoi Yuki. She's very
Oh,
popular.
Wait,
voice actor.
for real?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, time to watch it now, I guess.
I'm trying to see what's really popular, like what things she's done. Because I know she's really popular, but I just don't know. Oh, she plays Tsuyu from, you know, the frog girl from My Hero Academia.
Sue?
Yeah.
Ew.
She also plays Tamaki in Fire Force. Oh, then that
Every
yeah.
bridge we burn.
that also means that she plays
Oh.
Lolly Hitler in
Oh
one show.
yes.
Yojo
She also plays
Senki.
Yoshiko from Aho Girl, by the way.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what this is gonna sound like now.
Yeah, I know exactly what. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know the character. So if she's like a cute girl who has like a good personality and things, she's probably gonna have a higher voice. Because I
Yeah,
know
that's
that
true.
some of her characters have lower voices. Well, not really
Hit the
lower
low
voices.
notes.
But... Oh, she played Madoka. I didn't know that. Oh,
I
and
think this will be interesting.
Tatsumaki. Terrible
I don't know.
tornado.
Yeah, she's like 3 out of those 5 characters you just listed, like all have similar voices. I can kind of guess what this character is gonna sound like.
Yeah.
Well, it seems pretty. It seems to be somewhat of a comedy because of her overwhelming positivity.
Oh,
it's
definitely.
so-
gonna be
I wonder who
comedy.
it's by, like the company. It doesn't say.
I mean, it says the publishers.
Yeah.
That's all I can see.
Yeah. we
Who's
don't
a
know
publisher?
company. Crunchyroll. Right?
Kadokawa.
Kotokawa?
Well, Kadokawa publishes like a bunch of anime. So, is this an
Oh, yeah,
original?
you're right. It does not
Okinababa.
show. It does not show what studio is gonna do this.
Oh no, of
So,
course it's a
they
light
kinda
novel
hit.
adaptation.
Of course. Dude, every reincarnated show is like a light novel adaptation.
Whoa. Wait. Look at the light novel adaptation. It's ranked really high, actually. It's ranked
I'm
way
actually
higher.
curious.
Yeah.
I'm very curious now.
Ranked way higher than I expected.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be good. I don't know.
We will find that out when we watch it inevitably in July. And no, not January 2021.
2021. We're gonna have to wait about a year for this.
All right,
And
last
now,
show.
talking about 2021, we have X-Arm follows a police officer and her android partner that they infiltrate an underground weapon smuggling operation in the year 2030.
Mhm.
So, this one, art style, pretty. I like it too. Not gonna lie.
It does look nice, yes.
Kind of curious on.
It appeals
Wow.
to me a bit, but then if you notice, it has the HG genres. Like, oh, kind of. Oh god.
You're talking about
It's a bit
X-Arm?
disappointing.
Hmm.
Yeah, it has an HG genre attached to it, which is a bit disappointing.
Oh,
Let's see.
It could be
So
So I
good
was like,
though,
no,
because not all ecchis are
Yeah.
horrible, but
No.
most are.
like even to its credit, like Ghost in the Shell, the manga wasn't ecchi, so
yeah,
like
that's
I'm not
true.
gonna shit on.
That is true,
Okay,
yes.
the only thing, Fahad, the only thing that could make it worse is if there was a comedy tag on there too.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
At least it's etchy on its own, and not
Well,
like
it's
ecchi
well,
comedy.
actually in seinen, so it's going
Seinen.
after that seinen. I don't know.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm not
seinen
aware.
is the genre that targets like older people, not like children.
Yeah,
so
but doesn't mean mature though, like which a lot of people think that it is,
It's
because you have a
not.
lot of moe shows that are tagged seinen.
really,
But
okay.
yeah, but like seinen typically means like they're gonna address like some adult, like the kind of mature themes in the show.
Oh yeah, they have
like Black
weapons
Bullets
Sometimes
is
like
smuggling.
seinen
Parasite.
because they talk.
weapons.
Yeah, like
smuggling,
Kaguya is a
yeah.
seinen anime. Like Black Bullet's a seinen anime. But then you also have stuff like Tokyo Ghoul and Elfen Lied and Erased that's also a seinen anime. So it's like it has like some mature themes to it. I'm assuming.
Tokyo Ghoul feels more like a shonen rather than a seinen.
It's
Yeah.
it's not a seinen. Parasite the Maxim is a seinen.
There you go. yeah,
Monsters
yeah.
a seinen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bungo Stray Dogs a seinen. Hellsing's a seinen.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This sounds
Here's
like.
the synopsis.
Sakamoto's a
Oh, yeah.
seinen.
Okay.
Yeah, you can say the synopsis.
Synopsis. In the year 2014. Wow, that was like a couple years ago.
A couple years ago.
6 years ago.
A high school student who hates machines, Akaira Natsume, wants to change himself for the better and tries to take the first step in doing that. But then he gets run over by a truck.
Isekai.
Fast forward. No. It's not technically isekai because fast forward to 2030, a police officer named Minami Uezono. Uezone?
Uezono. I think.
Uezone.
Oh, it says
Uezone?
for it's like Uezono. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Minami Uezono and her partner, the android Alma, infiltrate the scene of a trade going on at Tokyo Harbor for an unknown weapon named X-Arm. They are then attacked by enemy armed with an X-Arm number 8. Put in this life or death scenario, decide to activate the X-Arm number 0 that they stole from an enemy, and ... That's where it ends.
So we don't know what happens to this main character. Does he turn into
Yes,
an X-Arm?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah,
it says it has more information on the Mal page, and it says it turns out
Oh.
the AI inside of the X arm is Akira's brain.
Oh, hello.
Hello,
Yeah,
hello.
That's kind of interesting.
Oh, bro, it's RoboCop.
This Japanese RoboCop.
It's
I guess.
Japanese RoboCop. True.
Didn't they do that already?
No, I don't think so. But RoboCop actually took place in Detroit, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Shout out to Detroit
That's
because
cool.
they thought it's the most crime-infested city out there.
Hey, let's not get carried away here, okay?
That's what's the reasoning for it was.
Yeah, okay.
That's funny.
Look it
actually.
up. I watched it.
I mean, I did too. But yeah.
All right. But I think that's all the topics we got time for today, guys. So let's wrap things up here.
Wait, are we doing personal picks today or not?
No.
No? Okay.
Can I do one?
You can do one if you want.
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
I
Fahad,
had
you will
two
do a
already picked.
okay. You will do a personal pick, Fahad.
There is a mobile.
I have 2 picks actually.
That's fine.
Oh, there it is.
So, in the spirit of Digimon, I'm recommending a little anime that have been bugging everyone here to watch.
Don't tell me it's Denno Coil.
Coil.
Yeah, I was gonna say Denno Coil. Yeah.
Yeah, it stars like it feels like the evolution of Digimon in a way. It stars a bunch of kids, and it started a bit lighthearted, but the more you go into it, the serious it gets, and tackles like metaphysical themes and philosophical themes, which is really deep for an anime that it's targeted for kids.
Mhm.
The production was done by Studio Madhouse, so overall looks really great. The director, it was his first anime, but he worked as an animator for like almost every well-animated anime ever. Like he worked on Ghost in the Shell, the movie, and crap, I forgot whatever else he works on, but you know, Ghost in the Shell in itself
Sure.
is.
I'm looking it up.
So far, sadly, it wasn't really a big hit in Japan, so he kind of didn't do anything for a while until recently. Until recently, he announced an anime called, I think, Extraterrestrial Boys and Girls, but there's no release date so far. So until that one released, I highly recommend you guys check this one. It's really fun. It's really entertaining, and also it's the only anime that featured augmented reality, as far as I know.
Isn't
So
Summer
it's
Wars?
kinda nice.
Isn't Summer Wars a whatever augmented AR?
It's a
There we go.
virtual, yeah, virtual.
Oh,
this
it's
one,
virtual.
no, this one
Harder.
augmented. It's basically the virtual world in Tonikaku is laid out on top of the real one.
Yeah.
So they're not like, at a console hooked up. No, they're outside playing.
Okay.
So the adults like they don't see any of the programs flying around, but they see the kids acting weird and like what they're doing. They're just playing pretend. No,
Okay.
they're playing with dangerous programming and mods that can get them killed. Later on, we learned that actually a child was playing with it, and she kind of got run over by a car, and it's really this corporate cover up, and the kids try to like investigate and get it
Oh boy.
and dig the dirt on it.
Now,
So it's kind of it's intriguing, like engaging.
now this director, it says that he did the key animation for Evangelion. He also did it for Fooly Cooly, it says, and also Perfect Blue as well. Those are some pretty neat looking works. So
Yeah, he was like highly regarded. Like I follow him on Twitter, and a lot of sketches he shows up are really good.
really, I'd have to look him up on like Sakugaburo or something. I'm sure that they have.
Yeah, he actually really popular on that one.
Yeah,
Sakuga blog as well.
Yeah, of course. That blog has so many animators.
Which I think it's a good thing. Animators never really get paid well, so it's nice actually for them, like something they get appreciated and
Oh, yeah.
celebrated on that blog.
Of course.
The second one is a recent anime. It's still airing. It's called Great Pretender. I've been watching, and
Oh, I've heard of
really
this.
It's basically about a bunch of international con men.
Okay.
Think of modern day like Lupin the Third. The Studio Wit did a great job with the soundtrack and visual. It looks gorgeous. It's solid. It's also not. It's not really that complex. Every arc is like 4 or 5 episode long, so every con is 4 or 5 episode long, and each con and arc like have their own. They focus on one of the main characters, so it's really really nice. And they always change countries. It's not like in Japan or in Los Angeles the whole time. No, they go from Los Angeles. They con a movie.
This sounds like,
movie dash mafia.
or at
boss.
least from what I'm looking at in things, it says it's an ONA. So that means it's an original net animation. So it's on like
Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix. I see.
Yeah, they're releasing them in batch on Netflix Japan, and
Okay.
after that one done, they're gonna release it worldwide.
Yep, of course.
The second arc is in Singapore. They scam 2 Arabian wealthy people out of
wow.
their money. The third arc is in Britain, and they scam an art connoisseur who is a massive asshole. So yeah, they're like good thieves. They only con evil people, so that's really
Bro, the
Guys,
Phantom
and it's not
Thieves.
super serious. It's semi-serious, so not as serious as Phantom Thieves. That one was fucking depressing. Like how like depressing it was. That's why I enjoyed it more than Phantom Thieves. This one is more fun, and everyone is an adult, so
Okay.
every character is a grown man. One of the characters is even an Iraqi who survived the war, so there's actual diversity in it.
That's interesting. I might have to check it out then.
Yeah,
That is-
I've seen an episode so far, and I'm really enjoying it.
Okay.
Well, it is reaching an hour, and we will stop here. Thank you guys for listening. I am, as always, Yellow Ice, along with Misbah and Graham, and our very special guest, Fahaad. Thank you for joining, listening, and hopefully we'll see you guys in the next one.
Badcast.
Logging
Badcast.
out. Badcast.
Bye. Badcast.
There we go. There we go.
Badcast.
See you guys later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
For
done.
having me. Bye.
Okay. Are we done now?
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
Are we done?
Okay. Yes. Yes. We're
Yeah.
done.